part 10 of our VPC playlist. So in today's video, we are going to learn that what is VPC peering and we are going to also do a hands-on on it. So let's start. So let's start with the VPC peering now. So if we have many VPCs created and we want to connect all the VPCs together, then we can do VPC peering, right? We can privately connect two VPCs using the AWS network. We can make both of them behave as they are in the same network. Though the VPCs are created in a different network, we can make them behave like that they are in the same network only. But if you want to peer the VPC, then the CIDR blocks of both the VPCs should not be overlapping. You have to create a separate CIDR blocks or different CIDR blocks for both the VPCs which you create or which you want to connect. VPC peering connection is not transitive. You have to update route tables in each VPC so that the EC2 instance can communicate with each other. Of course, have to update the route tables in both the VPCs which we are peering so that the EC2 instance inside both the VPCs can communicate with each other properly. So now let's see the scenario that how we are going to peer our VPCs. So first of all, we have VPC A, we have VPC B, and we have VPC C. Now we want to do peering between the three VPCs. So we are going to connect or we are going to add the peering connection between A and B and B and C. Right. So here is the peering connection between A and B, and here is the peering connection between B and C. So the pairing connection between A and C, we have to also make the pairing connection between A and C also. So we are going to make that also, and we have to create a pairing connection between A and C. So this is how you can create a pairing connection between the VPCs, right? So now let's move on to the scenario, right? Till now we have created this much. We have added the internet gateway. We have used the net gateway, we have created the public private instance, and we have added the network ACLs right into our subnet. But now we are going to do peering of our VPCs. So here we are going to add a VPC peering, and we are going to peer the VPCs. This is VPC1 and VPC2. So we are going to do VPC peering now. So now let's move on to the hands-on of VPC peering and like connect two VPCs together. So let's go. So now let's do the demo for the VPC peering. So first of all, we have to peer between two VPCs, right? We have to connect two VPC privately. So we are going to connect the default VPC and the demo VPC which we have created. So let's give the name as default VPC. Okay, let's save it. So we are going to create a private connection between the demo VPC and the default VPC. So first of all, let's go to our instances and let's launch one instance into our default VPC. This instance are all in our demo VPC. So let's click on launch instance and create an instance in our default VPC. So we are going to take all the configurations as by default only. Just we have to select the key pair which we have created, this demo key pair. Right, and here also we are going to keep default VPC only, and everything is auto assigned IP. We are also going to create a security group here, right? We are also going to allow as I said traffic, right? Okay, so everything is perfect, and now let's create our instance into our default VPC. So click on launch instance. So let's wait till the instance is created. It would be in the pending mode at this point. So we can change the name. We can give the name as default VPC instance. Okay. So let's name it and let's save it. Okay. So let's wait till the instance is in running mode. So our default VPC is now in our running mode and perfectly created. So now we are going to connect this Bastion host instance and the default VPC instance, as the Bastion host is created in the demo VPC which we have created, and the default VPC instance is in the default VPC. So first of all, let's check the IP addresses, the private IP addresses of both. So here the IP address is 172.131.19.63, and for the Bastion host, the IP private IP is 10.0.0.155. So they can't overlap, right? So whenever you create two different VPC and you want to peer them, then keep in mind that the CRD, the cider blocks of both the VPCs should not ever overlap. If they will overlap, then you will not be able to do peering. So here both the VPC cider blocks are different. One is from 172 and the second is from 10.0.0. So now let's connect to both the VPCs. So let's click on connect, and first of all let's connect the Bastion host. So click on connect here, and we'll also connect the default VPC instance. So click on it and click on connect. So first of all, let's go to the Bastion host one. So sorry, click on connect here, and this is the Bastion host one, right? So we are connected here. So first of all, let's clear the screen, and here we are going to call our server, right? So it was curl dot 10.0.0 dot 155 and colon 80. So here we are getting a response from our server. Yes, this is hi from S3 Cloud Hub. We are getting that same output here also, right? So in the Bastion of course we'll get the output, but whenever we call that from here, we will not get the output. So let's copy that command only. As we have still not connected both the instances, or we can say we have not done the peering, so we are not able to connect. So let's paste that command and let's see. So here we are not able to connect because we have not done a VPC peering between both the VPCs, right? So now we have to create a peering connection. So let's go to our VPC console and let's go to your peering connection, click on it. So till now we have not created any peering connection. So let's create it. So click on create peering connection and let's name it as demo peering, right? And here at we have to select the local VPC to peer with. So here is the requested IP. Oh, sorry, requested VPC. So here we will give the VPC as our VPC which we have created, which is demo VPC, right? And the CIDR block for it is 10.0.0.0/16. Okay, so VPC is the another VPC is also in my account. So we are going to select here my account only, and the region is the same. Yes, we have created both the VPC in the same region, so no need to worry. So we have to go with this region only. So here we have to select the other VPC, which is the acceptor. With that's the default VPC, and the sided block for that is 172.31.0.0/16. So they will not overlap. And if you want to keep the tag, you can keep. If you want to remove them, you can remove the tags. But I am keeping at this point. So now let's create a peering connection between both the VPCs. So click on create the peering connection. Okay, so here it is showing that the acceptance request or it is pending, right? So you have to accept the request. So the acceptance request is pending. So as the other VPC is only in our region, only in our account only, so we ourselves can accept the request from here. So let's accept the request and let's click on accept request. Okay, so here we have accepted the request. So now let's again call into our default VPC instance. Let's see that it is going to connect or not. Still it will not connect, as it is showing here that to send and request traffic across this VPC peering, you must add a route to the peered VPC in one or more of your VPC route tables. So let's go to the route table. So in the root tables, we have to edit the root tables, right? So first of all, we have to find the default VPC's root table. So let's go to our default VPC and check the ID of it. So it is 0E26. So let's go to again our root table and let's change where the VPC ID is 0E26. So this is our default VPC's main root table. So let's name it as default VPC main root table, right? And let's save it. So first of all, we are going to go to our public root table and we are going to edit the roots there. So click on the roots and click on the edit roots here. So we are going to add one more root, which is whatever request comes from the CIDR block of our demo VPC. So let's say not demo VPC, from our default VPC. So we have to see that what is the CIDR block of our demo VPC. So first of all, let's go and copy the CIDR block for our default VPC, which is 172.31.0.0. So again, let's go to our root table and let's go to the public root table here. Let's go to the root and again edit the root. Let's add a root and let's say that whatever request comes from this CIDR block should be forwarded to the peering connection, which is here, and we have to select our demo peering which we have created recently. So here we are saying that whatever request comes from this CIDR block has to be forwarded to a peering connection, right? In the public root table, we are adding this rule. So let's save the changes. And this is the CIDR block of our default VPC. So let's save the change. And let's again go to our EC2 instance and of the default VPC instance and let's try to connect it. Okay, sorry. Okay, let's wait. Let's remove it. Okay, still we are not able to connect, though we have added a root to our public root table. But now there is a main thing, we have to also edit the default VPC's main root table. So let's go to there. First of all, let's go to our VPCs and copy the CIDR block of our demo VPC. So copy it and go to the root table, go to the main root table here, which is default VPC's main root table. Go to the roots, click on edit roots, and here also we have to add one more root, that whatever request comes from this CIDR block has to be forwarded to our peering connection which we have created with this demo peering. So whatever request comes from the demo VPC which we have created, that request should be forwarded to the VPC peering connection. So let's save the changes. Okay, so the changes are saved successfully and we have added the root in our default VPC's main root table. Now we have to again go to our default VPC. Okay, so here we already got the response, right, as we have added the root table of our default VPC and we've also added the public root table. So this is how you can peer your VPCs, right? We have peered our demo VPC which we have created and the default VPC. So this is how the peering connections are done. So that's it for the video. Meeting you in the next video.